Well guys, we're back with finally a film or a movie analysis video or a review, whatever you guys want to call it. We're going to be pumping these out real soon. We got basically, two movies that I'm going to be going to see in March. I cannot wait. And we're going to be in March real soon too. But today we're talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, right? The next movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's directed by Peyton Reed, who also directed the other two Ant-Man films. And it stars Paul Rudd, Michelle Pfeiffer, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Jonathan Majors, and Catherine Newton. So, I'm going to talk about this film. I went to go see it yesterday, which on a Thursday, it premieres today. I went to go see this yesterday at 3 o'clock. It was funny. I'll tell you a quick story that I walked into the theater and the movie was like 15 minutes in already because my theater got the time wrong. So this is a second fuck up for my theater that I have to go to because now Regal is closed. But hey, they fixed it. They got it working by 3:05 instead, 3:05, 3:10, and I didn't get to see any previews, but whatever. Let's talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. So I have pros and cons with this film, but overall, it's a mixed bag for me. And I'm going to say some spoilers here, light spoilers. There's honestly not a lot of what the fuck moments like No Way Home or something like that. But I want to just start it off with the three people that were standouts in this film were Paul Rudd, of course. I love Paul Rudd as Scott Lang, Ant-Man. He's awesome, and I really do hope we get to see more of him in the future of the MCU. He's a pivotal character, I love Paul Rudd. I do. I really always loved Michael Douglas as an actor, and has ever since he's been casted as Hank Pym. He nails it. He nails it, and I really do like. I'm not gonna lie. I do like. Michelle Pfeiffer's character of Janet too. Evangeline Lilly's character doesn't really stick out that much, so that's why it's considered a pro. But the standouts are Michael Douglas, Paul Rudd, and Jonathan Majors. Holy fuck! So I liked Jonathan Majors' Kang in the Loki show. And here he's awesome. He is badass, he's menacing, and he feels like a massive threat that's coming up in the MCU. And his performance was what I really enjoyed with this film. Once I get into it, I'm going to talk about this right now. The second half of the film, the second hour of the film, there's only this runtime of the film is 2 hours. The second half of the film is the best part of the movie. It is the better part, and it's the stronger part, and it's basically whenever Jonathan Majors is on screen. He is awesome. He is scary. He's menacing, and he's knowledgeable, and that's what I really love about a villain. I don't know if I'm going to like this villain or like Kang better than Loki or Thanos, but I'm just saying this is going to be an exciting thing to see upcoming. But overall, I did like MODOK. I liked, which is a spoiler, even though we saw him in the trailer, played by Darren Cross. Obviously, we know him as Yellow Jacket from the first film. He ended up going through the quantum realm and being shrinked, and his big head came out. I thought that was cool. I like that. This is where we're starting to get into the negatives, because I do have a lot of negatives about this film, and I do want to say that it has a decent story. The second half of the story is way better than the first half. It feels like two different stories here, and a lot of things that didn't get fleshed out because of a 2-hour runtime. By the way, we're going to talk about this runtime in the con section of the video. But also, I have to say that there were some cool action sequences. The CGI was okay. When it was good, it was good. When it was bad, it was bad, and we'll talk about that in the spoiler or in the con section. But the CGI, the visuals, when it was great, it looked great. I really thought it was badass. I loved the use of the ants. This is a spoiler, by the way. Spoilers. The use of ants to attack Kang at the end. I loved how they traveled through the quantum realm and ended up learning years of knowledge in that. I thought that was cool, and then they attacked Kang at the end. And I liked the little final battle between Kang and Scott. I thought that was really cool as well. I just wanted more of the world building of the quantum realm. I feel like we were there and we didn't see. This is supposed to be a film that takes place majority, which it does, in the quantum realm, but the runtime, I think, rushes your ability to breathe with this film. And seeing the quantum realm, it just felt like, okay, we're just going right through. We're not like developing any like world building aspects of the quantum realm, which I felt like the film really lacked. Comedy here and there, it had me chuckle a couple things here and there, but honestly, it's your average Marvel comedy. But let's get into the cons about this film, and I have a lot. And I'm going to start it off with Catherine Newton. Yeah, she did not work for me. I found Cassie in this film to be one-dimensional, no emotion. I don't know if it was Catherine Newton's problem. I really don't. Maybe she was miscast. I always thought they should have had the girl that played Cassie in Avengers Endgame play Cassie in this film. So I don't know. I think that Catherine Newton as an actress, nothing against her, but she was definitely miscast in this film, and she did not act well at all in this film. And her whole Cassie's whole story arc in this film, having an Ant-Man suit and like, it's bullshit in a way. And I preferred this film just to be Ant-Man and the Wasp. You didn't need Cassie suiting up as whoever the fuck she's supposed to be. I thought that was forced. It like didn't need to be at all, and she didn't earn it at like. I mean, I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way, and I just didn't like her character. I thought her character was really one-dimensional in this film, and I like Cassie in Endgame. I liked her in Ant-Man and the Wasp in Ant-Man. She was a really good character, and in this film, you see the father and daughter dynamic between her and Scott, but it's like you have Paul Rudd and you have Catherine Newton on screen, and Paul Rudd's doing 99% of the work, and Catherine Newton's not even standing her ground. She literally, you guys, if you watch this film, you'll understand what I mean. She's one-dimensional, 101%, and it took me out of the film right away. That's what my biggest issue with the first half of the film was heavily more on Cassie and Scott, but Cassie had no uniqueness to her, really didn't, and that's my real opinion. Also, I'm gonna say too, the first half of the film with CGI wise, when they just get into the quantum realm and stuff like that, looked like The Room, and that's not a good thing, guys. If you guys know what The Room is, Tommy Wiseau, you guys know what I'm talking about. It looked like shit, and I was surprised like a Marvel film is looking this bad. I mean, it also didn't look the best in Thor: Love and Thunder, but still, it did not look good at all. Bill Murray was in this film, and he was completely wasted. I did not like his character at all. I thought there was no uniqueness to him, and I just thought it was literally just a waste of his talent, just saying. And this is where we're going to get into the biggest con, and the runtime. And this is the third movie that has been like this. The runtime is 2 hours long, right? This movie felt rushed through the whole thing. Every movie up until Quantumania, besides Wakanda Forever, has been 2 hours long, right? So think, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, 2 hour runtime. Thor: Love and Thunder, 2 hour runtime. Then you have this, 2 hour runtime. There's something that those three films suffer, and there's no ability to breathe, and they're mediocre at best, right? Thor: Love and Thunder was a train wreck. Multiverse of Madness was mediocre at best, and this one's mediocre at best. And I feel like they're not giving... This is, if you guys know Bob Chapek, the Disney CEO right now, or was, and now Bob Iger's back, thank God. I think it's a demand by him. Now, Warner Brothers did this before, too, with Justice League 2017. That's why I'm bringing this up, guys, and hear me out. Warner Brothers did the Justice League movie, 2017 one, directed by Joss Whedon, 2 hours long in runtime to get more people in seats, more theater showing time slots, stuff like that, right? Now, they didn't touch Wakanda Forever, which was good. I think that movie was safe, and I still enjoy that movie to this day. A great movie. But with these other three films, they figured, let's sacrifice entertainment and story and quality of a film for more money and more seats in theaters and more showtimes. Shorter runtime, more times to show that movie. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. So this is definitely a Bob Chapek situation where there's definitely 30 minutes at least on the editing room floor of this film, and I can guarantee the other two as well that we're probably never going to see. But as for that, these are cons for me too. You can feel it. You can feel how fast-paced the movie is, and you're not even be able to breathe. Like, maybe if the movie was longer, then I could actually get behind Cassie's character in this film. But that's why I don't know how to judge Catherine Newton, because maybe there are other scenes that she showed a lot of emotion and like acted well, I guess you would say, because what we've seen there, it was one-dimensional, and maybe there was more world-building aspects in the. All right, guys, I just took a check of what because I was actually curious. I didn't write this down in my notes, but what the last two Ant-Man films were like runtimes, and the first one was an hour and 58 minutes. The second one was an hour and 56 minutes, I believe, or almost 2 hours. So yeah, this film is 2 hours long. It fits within the trilogy. I understand that, but the issue is that those two other Ant-Man films weren't important to the MCU as much as this film is, right? The first Ant-Man film, heist movie, awesome. Still my favorite Ant-Man film out of them all, right? The second one was a stepping stone, like a breather to get from Infinity War, and it set up something very little about the quantum realm, correct? This one is setting up the future to the MCU. And you at least could have had 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I just checked just to make sure too. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was 2 hours and 5 minutes, and Thor Love and Thunder was 2 hours on the dot. And there you go. It's something that I feel like something that Bob Chapek is doing to make these runtimes shorter just to get people in the theater. It bothers me because this is the film that is supposed to be a stepping stone to move up into the MCU world. And we didn't get anything. Well, wouldn't say that. We got our villain. We know Kang is going to be Kang the Conqueror. There's so many of them, which we'll talk about the end credit scenes right now. Spoilers if you guys wanted to know. But I have to say that the second half of the film was way better, stronger, right? But the film felt really rushed and messy at times. It really did. It felt choppy. It did. And it feels like they're appeasing to the runtime. Every film has its dedicated runtime. 2 hours is not dedicated enough for this film. Just saying right now. You have a lot of characters in here, and you're setting up a whole story arc for the future of the MCU. Kang Dynasty, Avengers. All right. So let me talk about the two end credit scenes. But let's talk about the ending of the film. So I thought this battle was actually really cool between Ant-Man and Kang. I thought that was an awesome fight. You just see how powerful Kang is, or at least this variant of Kang. And before he dies, he tells Scott, if you kill me, I will conquer everything. And now, I did like this little aspect about the first half, or like the first act of the film, where Scott is narrating, walking through things, he's famous and that stuff, and then it goes around full circle towards the end of the film and starts talking to himself and saying that, shit, did I just kill the whole fucking universe because I killed Kang? And he said he was going to conquer. I actually thought that was kind of cool. I did. But the two post-credit scenes I thought were actually really cool. And the first one is we just see all the Kang variants, and they're getting rounded up and they're ready to fucking attack the universes in the multiverse. That looks cool. And Jonathan Majors is going to do a hell of a job with that one. The second one is setting up Loki season 2, and we see they're at a different time period. Owen Wilson and Loki are right there, and that got me excited for Loki season 2. And we see that they're going up against another variant of Kang, which I find very, really cool. But as that goes to say, guys, I wish I liked Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania more than I did. It sucks because I'm at a crossroads because I really enjoyed the second half of the film, but the first half really was like, let's get fucking to the quantum realm. What is fucking going on here? Overall, guys, I love the first Ant-Man film. I love the standard heist film. I thought that was really good. By the way, there was one of the characters in the quantum realm who was that jelly guy. He was like red. I think it was, I don't know, he was cute. I thought he was really cute. But he was cool. But overall, I have to say that I have to give Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania a 6.5 out of 10. I like the second half of the film. I love Jonathan Majors. I love Michael Douglas. I love Michelle Pfeiffer. And I love Paul Rudd in this film. And the action in the second half and the CGI look a lot much better. But the first half brings it right down for me. The choppiness, the editing, or the CGI in the first half going into the quantum realm, the choppiness of a 2-hour runtime, Catherine Newton, it just brings it down for me. I really wish I would have liked this more. But guys, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is coming out today. Are you guys gonna go see it regardless? Guys, let me know your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.